Hello, Pandi, and thank you for your invitation. Let me narrate a few paragraphs for the readers. Chapter 23. Bobby didn't know why, but he was anxiously flying his kite high up in the sky. He knew that he was arguing with the girl. He was angry and upset. Suddenly, the string was tangled in a dried, broken tree branch. Next to the tree, there were some telephone cable lines. All of a sudden, he also noticed that his football was also stuck in that broken tree branch. Both of them felt like any time they might be released from the tree when it broke. However, they were stuck still. He was nervous and worried about pulling the string too hard. If the string broke, the kite would move toward the cable line and the string would tangle with the cable lines. He would lose his kite as well as his ball. He was really worried and thinking briefly. Although the kite flies high, the way the wind blows, it might push the kite toward the cable, and then the string might be tangled with the cables. It was windy, and the kite was going up and down, and the cable was not too far from the string. He really had to do something. Not too much time to think. He knew if he did not do it right now, he would lose his kite permanently. He closed his eyes briefly and pulled his spool slightly hard. He closed his eyes because he did not have the courage to look at his string to see if it broke and the string tangled with the telephone cables. He was so desperate to release the string safely out of the broken branch, and somehow he wanted to get his football as well. He was anxious, desperate, and was very worried. He heard a noise. It appeared that his pull released the broken branch to fall. It was falling in the direction of a nearby house. He saw it fall in their yard. He saw his kite was free and flying high again. He ran toward the house. The house had a gate and fence. He was frantically running around looking for his football. It would have fallen with the tree branch and bounced somewhere. He ran to pick it up before someone else got it. That ball belonged to him, and he desperately wanted to have it. He saw some kids playing with the football. He said, "Hello, kids. The branch that just fell down had my football stuck in it. May I have it?" The boy looked at him. Someone kicked the ball toward him. He stopped it. He looked at the ball. It was not his. What he thought was his didn't belong to him. He was disappointed that the ball was not his. As he started walking away from the house, he was asking himself, "What the hell happened to my ball then?" Suddenly, he heard a voice. There was a guy approaching him from a different direction. Someone was calling him. "Excuse me, is this your ball?" He did not wait for Bobby to answer. He gently kicked the ball. It rose in the air and perfectly landed near Bobby. He stopped the ball with his foot and picked it up with his left hand. That one was his. It belonged to him. He was still holding the spool in his right hand. He looked up. The kite was still flying nice and smooth without much maneuvering. There was no tree or telephone cable to worry about. He was happy that his kite was safe, and he got back his football. That was the dream that Bobby had that night. Then he woke up. He was so surprised and stimulated by his dream, and he couldn't go back to sleep. When his disturbed dream woke him up in the middle of his sleep, he quickly and briefly wrote down the content of the dream. Normally, he did not maintain a dream diary. If he ever had a dream, no matter if it was a pleasant or unpleasant one that would wake him up, he would go back to sleep without much effort. However, this one was special. As he saw it, this particular dream was trying to tell him something. Oh, well, this is an excerpt from A Vow Owed by Pandi, a book you don't want to miss. Like it? Grab a book from the nearby bookstore or order it online.